Hey, everyone. And give people a couple minutes to come through. So. Okay, Stephen.
Hey.
How's your Friday going?
It's going great. We just finished open house. Cesar, who is our awesome music theory teacher, was just like singing opera with us, and it was so cool.
Nice. Hey, Amanda.
Give me permission to start my video.
Mm-hmm.
I can't start my video. What up, fam?
I think that might be the webinar settings. Happy Friday. Just gonna give it 2 more minutes for people to come through. So.
Oh, you can't. None of us can start our videos, huh?
I don't want to be
I can't either.
Cool. Everyone can just listen to us. Can you drop in the chat where you're coming from, y'all? I want to see who's represented here. What places?
Hey, we got 2 New Jersey people. 2 New York people.
Are you working on the video thing?
Hmm. Hey, Shaniqua. Hey, Harry. Hello.
Oh, yay.
Got some more friends.
Oh.
More friends.
Amanda, you might as well go over there too.
Yeah.
I guess I could.
And then FaceTime me in. And
I'll just stay on audio.
Just like Mad Dog.
How funny would it be if I like walked through the background?
Right.
Everyone would be like, what?
All right. Well, let's get started though. I mean,
Yeah.
let's just jump on in.
Let me.
I like your turtleneck.
I like my turtleneck too. Thank you. Okay, it's already recording. So. All right. Welcome to orientation. Many of you are kind of returning, so you kind of already know the deal, but thanks for being with us. Amanda, I'll kick it off to you to kind of like, introduce Fiveable or reintroduce Fiveable and kind of let people know where we're at and where we're headed.
Yeah, so I'll just be the nice audio and you can look at my nice little picture. But yeah, so welcome. I'm super stoked to have y'all here. I think, from those of you that have been with Fiveable for the last little bit, actually, I'm curious of like in the chat, like what was your first experience at Fiveable and like when was that? That'd be kind of an interesting thing to know about. In the last few years, we've been doing live streams for quite a bit. We've done trivia. We've done, created a lot of different content. And I'm just kind of curious to see like when did you first start? And then this past summer, we did a lot of work on working on some of the new products and had a number of students, about 800 students working with us to develop this new community space and courses. And so really the thread that has brought all that together is just the fact that we've been very intentional about creating a very student first space. I think a lot of different ed tech platforms are very focused on a lot of the other people within education, and you need that. But I think there's a lot of power in the way that you guys see what's needed in your own education and what how you can be a part of that. And so that's really that's what we've created here. That's what the space is about. There's a lot of former teachers that are a part of our team. There's a lot of students that are part of our team, and then plenty of other people who are just like huge fans of both students and teachers and work directly with both of them. And so what we want to make sure of is that we're creating a really inclusive community space that you can interact with other students that are, you know, you have things in common with across the courses you're taking and the experience you're having at school, and or maybe completely other things, just like about your background or your friends or the things that you care about. Like, we want to make sure that you are part of this, that you are part of something, especially now that, you know, obviously we're closed up and school is going to be weird this year. And so this is the most important time to make sure that you have those connections. So that's what we're really excited about, is just really creating that space for you. Before this, I was a teacher, so I'm kind of, you know, that's my background. AP World was my jam, but, you know, I like all of the classes too. Let's see, I'm trying to look through this chat. There's like so many cool, some new students, some cram sessions from last spring, TAs, founding members. Let's see. Wow, lots of stuff. Videos on TikTok, videos on YouTube. Love it.
Yeah, welcome to Fiveable, Dolce and Manar, all the new folks. Welcome back to all our FMs and everyone else.
Yeah. So I'll kick it back to you. You know, that's sort of the big introduction. And generally, like, as soon as you're a part of something here, like, you're a part of all of it, you know, like, you can come through and bring your ideas and your feedback to any of us. So if any point you have any questions, everyone on Fiveable, it really is sort of like a family here. So come through and be part of it and help us build this to be everything that you can possibly imagine it could be.
Yeah, thanks so much, Amanda. But yeah, just some quick introductions to the team. I had a photo done of us this summer. So from left to right is Shaniqua, who's right behind me. Hey, Shaniqua. That's Harry, LG, Stephen, who's also in this chat, Becky with the hair, Tom, also Amanda with the hair, Austin, myself, Caroline, Lisa, Kate, who's also in here by voice only, Aaron, and Logan, our new fellow. So this is Team Fiveable at the moment. We're constantly growing. For those of you who were here, you know, since like 2018, 2019, you've probably seen how much we've grown and changed since then. At least like we haven't changed like on the inside, but like we've definitely grown a lot in terms of the company and our team. So you know, the things about Fiveable that we value are mainly content, community, culture, and the last C that I didn't put on here, but that I like to keep in the back of my mind is kind of friendly competition, right? We're always trying to constantly improve each other and help each other get better. Our trivia battles are pretty competitive, so that's where the competition mostly comes in. Community, obviously all the people here, like you guys make up the community, right? And the culture, the things that we value, you know, hopefully that resonates with you as well. You know, things like helping other people, you know, paying it forward to other people who might have gotten help. You know, you might have gotten help and you want to pay it forward to somebody else who also needs that help in whatever way you can. And that's the kind of like community that we want to build, you know, one that's productive and positive and uplifting and empowering most of all.
Yeah, one quick note on the competition piece of it. I think a lot of students talk a lot about how stressful competition is and how much you feel the need to compare yourselves against other students, and that weighs on you. But for us, I think we really like this idea of like something called shine theory. And the idea is essentially like, I don't shine if you don't shine, right? So there's a competition in terms of like, we're pushing each other to be better and to grow and to like constantly evolve. But if you don't succeed, then I don't succeed, right? Like that we're intertwined in that. And so we do whatever we can to make each other better, because that's what it's all about. It's not about, getting first place. It's about being able to like grow and build something together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I just want to take a step back and just give our team a chance to introduce themselves really quick. Shaniqua and Harry, you guys want to go first?
Hey everybody, I'm Shaniqua. I recently graduated from college, the College of New Jersey. I majored in graphic design and a minor in creative writing, and my role here is a UX UI fellow, and I'm happy to meet all y'all and be a part of this Fiveable journey.
Hi everyone, I'm Harry, and I just graduated as well, and I got my master's degrees in Chicago, and after that, I just came here and work at Fiveable as a UI/UX designer. I'm so happy to be here. We are here to create the best user experience for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, just let us know. And yeah.
Yeah. So if some of you guys were in the design forum, right, when it was just me, thankfully Harry and Shaniqua have finally arrived in Milwaukee to kind of help us build out the product. Stephen, are you in Slack? But yeah, their role is to help us build Fiveable, and in terms of the product, everything, all the input that you give us, we feed it through our teams, and we try to design something for you guys. But yeah, those are the things we value: content, community, culture, friendly competition.
Kate and Stephen, Joe, quick intro.
What was that?
The Kate and Stephen intro.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Steve.
I just lurk in the background. My name is Steven. The picture is my family. That's my wife on the left, and then our child in the middle, and then that's me. And I'm the operations manager here at Fiveable, so I kind of just take care of a bunch of random stuff. Essentially, do my best to help everyone out as much as I can, and I love being able to work with so many different talented people who are very talented in very specific things, and so it's awesome to learn every day from them. And so you'll likely get to work with me if you need to get paid by us, or if something's not working, or if you have like logistical questions. I'll probably be the person that you'll end up talking with. But other than that, I'm always around in Slack, and I can't help myself, but like if I get a message, I just have to respond and see it. So if you hit me up on Slack, we can likely have a conversation there. But that's who I am.
Hey everybody, I'm Kate Levin. I'm head of instruction. I'm going to start by actually hyping Stephen's wife, since we can see her in that photo. She makes really awesome earrings, and I just put her Instagram in the chat, and you all should look at it because I'm very obsessed with them. But my actual job at Fiveable is to make content for all of you. So I've been working super hard on courses. I'm so pumped to see you all here for orientation. If you ever need help with anything, especially anything about courses, but really anything at all, you can find me on Slack. You can email me at kate@fiveable. I'm one of those former teachers that Amanda talked about. So I love working with students and teachers. And yeah, I'm really excited to have you all here. And thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here, guys. that always screws me up. Forever a boomer. But yeah, Harrison, why don't you introduce yourself too? You've been an intern with us for a while.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Harrison. You won't find me in that picture, but you can see my lovely profile picture from a debate competition pre-COVID, which Doesn't really happen anymore, but that's okay. We're all living with it. I'm a student, or at least I sound like it, so I hope you got that. And I've worked with Fiveable since last school year. I started at the start of the school year, and I was working, creating content for like blogs and stuff. And then I slowly moved up. And then when quarantine started, I got an intern position, and I've just been Zooming through ever since, like a true Zoomer. You know, gotta rep my youthfulness. There we go.
Thanks for stopping by, Harrison. I also invited 2 other people up here. Thomasina is also an intern. Thomasina, are you there?
Hi.
Do you just want to introduce yourself really quick?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Thomasina. I've been working with Fiveable since November 2019 when Harrison started too. I started off creating content, and I became a content intern this summer along with a founding member. And now I'm an A-Push TA, so that's going to be exciting. And I'm excited to work with everyone.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, Sarah, or Thomasina. So I'll call Sarah next. Hey, Sarah, are you there? Oh, she disappeared from the list. All right, no Sarah, I guess. As some of you already know, a lot of the things that we focus on is content. So if you head to fiveable.me, you can pretty much search for anything AP related, and we might have it. Some of the things that we do are mainly right now are courses. Many of you guys have been here for the cram finales or cram sessions. But those basically comprise of a couple different components, live streams and replays, study guides, trivia battles, and the hypertyper that we built this year to kind of help students practice typing for the new AP exam format. Oh, hey, Sarah, you're back. Sarah, do you want to say hi?
Sorry, I couldn't quite hear you.
Not you, Siri. All right, I guess not.
Hi, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, the internet kicked me out.
what was that?
Yeah, sorry, my internet kicked me out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can you hear me at all?
We can hear you.
Okay, so hi, Sarah. I was a founding member this past summer. I used Fiveable for AP Human last year, and I just really love the community. So I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like as a founding member, I was part of the design forums. And just a little bit about me, I'm in band, and this year I'm taking AP World and AP Stats. So I'll be taking the AP World course in the spring with Fiveable.
Hey. Thanks for being here, Sarah. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. Let's see. Amanda, do you have anything to add at this point? Content slide?
No, I mean, I think one of the things that we are really excited about too in the next few weeks is that we've this summer written study guides for every unit of every AP subject, which was a whole project. And so we're super excited for that because it's basically like each unit, and when you put them all together and into the entire subject, it's basically an entire prep book. And that is something that is going to be free and open for everybody to use. And so those are getting published like every day. There's more and more going up. So as you start to search for content on our site or even through Google, you're going to start to see these like really awesome guides for every unit. That is just like, it's a lot of content, and it's all written by teachers and students. And so it's like really student friendly, and we speak emoji, obviously. It's easy to read. So I know that like a lot of times the prep books are just like super hard to read. They have to like reread sentences over and over again. And so we wanted to make sure that we were writing very accessible content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the most exciting part of the study guides is that, it's written by students, but it's verified by, some really incredible AP teachers. So, as you read through them, you'll see that student voice, right? And there's going to be a lot of content. They spent months working on this just for you guys, and we're going to be, like Amanda said, it'll be free. And, we'll introduce some new features later that'll help you kind of organize, all these new pieces of content, potentially, over 10,000 pieces of content down the road. But yeah, let's see. So I just saved the last slide for a Q&A. If anybody has any questions about, this upcoming school year, I kind of just want to leave the floor open, or we can just talk about any topics that you guys want to talk about. Do you have questions about AP registrations, or what is Slack? That's a great question. So Slack is basically like a professional instant messenger, right? That's where we host, that's where our workspace is, the main Fiveable workspace. But we also built a new Slack community. Exactly, it's kind of like Discord. We also use Slack to build a new student community, kind of like a prototype version of what will come on, what will be on our website. And
yeah, we're going to talk a lot more about the community spaces tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just kind of spread out orientation so we don't overwhelm you.
Yeah. Tomorrow, the focus of the tomorrow's session will be community in terms of we'll talk about what community is and, how you can build your own community and also get a sneak peek of the new platform. But yeah, kind of like Discord. Are we going to get a specific syllabus for our classes? Yes. You should be getting them this weekend.
So we sent out, I just sent out emails for 8 of the subjects, and those are, the first stream is in the email, so we listed the date of the first stream and the schedule, and we'll email out that schedule again too and post it in Slack. But next week we have at least one stream for every subject to really kick things off, and during that stream is where you'll really hear more about the flow of the class and the syllabus of it and what you'll be covering every week and the different assignments and expectations and whatnot.
Yeah. Harrison, feel free to take Cindy's question.
Where are the new study guides? So study guides, we are publishing them more and more every day. So when you go to fiveable.me, with the link that Harrison posted, the /subjects, that is where you can see all the subjects, and that has all the ones we've published so far. So we are in the process right now. Over the next few weeks, we'll get them all published. So by the end of September, they'll all be ready to go. But for now, there's quite a few of them up there already. When will we get access to our class assignments? So the assignments will be much more lenient than normal school kind of. So what will happen is that next week you'll have your first live stream with the teacher, and that's when the teacher will talk through the different assignments and whatnot. If you really want to get ahead, the best thing you could do is to read the Unit 1 study guide for your subject, right? Because we're going to be covering all the units in order between now and December. And so the first thing we'll do is Unit 1. And if you want to spend some time reading the study guide for that will help you get ahead. How many AP courses would you recommend self-studying for? So it kind of depends on you and your background in different subjects and also your schedule and how many things that you have going on. So I would say, maybe depends, like 1 to 2 a semester is probably a pretty reasonable amount. I'm sure there are students that can handle more than that, but you know, we also don't want to stress you out. You got other things going on too. Sorry you can't see me right now. We'll get the video stuff fixed.
It's okay, I'm back. Let me stop sharing my screen.
All right, there's a few more questions in here. Let me answer this one. Do you think that we will be well prepared for the APs that we are taking without taking it in school if you only take the Fiveable course? Yes. So really what we've done is really like, one, partner with a teacher that is incredibly skilled and experienced, and that is an important piece of it. And they've laid out an entire course that really reviews every concept that you need to know. So we're at this point where we really feel confident that if you take the Fiveable course and you don't take a class at school, you're not really missing out on anything, right? Like, we're covering every concept you need, every, you know, fact, every skill. We're going to practice essays. You're going to get your essays graded by folks who actually read for the exam. So you'll have a ton of time to really practice and make sure that you have it, you know, that you know the answers and you know how to write the essays. And then the other thing is that you'll have TAs who will run office hours. And so even if you feel like there's something you don't understand, you'll have students like Harrison and Thomasina and Sarah and other students that will be around, that are around in the community, that are TAs, that will be hosting office hours and can help fill in some of the other gaps that might still be there. So in some ways, it's almost going to be more helpful than some classes at school might be, depending on where your classes are. And as Sean said, one of the cool things is that we know that most schools don't offer every AP. There's a lot of APs like comparative government, environmental science, music theory, these subjects that are oftentimes not offered at school, and that's something that we're excited to be offering. So now you can access every single exam. You're muted.
Thanks, Amanda. Kastub asked if you'll have access to the course material from the fall for a couple of days before the actual AP exam. You should be able to retain your resources from the fall. So
yeah, you'll hang on to everything.
How many APs do you think would be manageable to self-study? Honestly, it's up to, like, you know, your workload and how much do you think you can handle. You know, you don't want to overload yourself to the point where it's detrimental, right? You know, most people that I've seen so far are probably self-studying about 2 to 3 on average. So
I'm going to take one of these questions that's in Q&A right now.
Mm.
And it says, today my AP coordinator in school said that today is the last day to register for AP classroom for students who are taking APs at school. Do you know when the last day to register is if you're taking an AP that isn't taught at your school? So there are a few steps that you need to follow here if you're self-studying it. You need to talk to the AP coordinator at your school, or if you don't know who that is, talk to your counselor and they can figure out who that person is for you in your district. And then after you talk to them, you're going to want to tell them you're self-studying this exam and you're going to be preparing with Fiveable, so you're going to be able to ace it, get a 5, boost your school stats, all that good stuff. And then they're going to let you sign up for the exam to be able to self-study it. And doing this earlier is way better than later. This morning, actually, Trevor Packer tweeted a clarification that there's going to be no cancellation fees for this year's exams. So really, signing up like next week, if you've signed up for the Fiveable course already, would be an awesome choice, because then you're getting your foot in the door early and you're going to be able to have access to the resources on AP Classroom as well as what you're getting in the Fiveable course. So long story short, talk to your AP coordinator as soon as possible after you sign up for your course.
Thanks, Harrison. Right, he's always on point. Are you going to be running the same courses this fall as you are in the spring? Yeah, we will be. And then the difference will be, you know, The prompts or questions and projects might be a little bit different, and definitely the cohort between the different semesters will be different. By cohort, I mean like the students that will be in class or taking the class with us. So
Yeah, and just to clarify, you only need to take one semester. You don't have to take like AP World in the fall and the spring. So we're covering the entire course in the semester, and then we're doing it again in the spring. There are some subjects that are very skills based that you could theoretically take both semesters and just get far more practice, but you don't necessarily need to. And then to answer the other question really quick too about the last day to sign up, the way that we're handling the fall is we're going to close registration like right when classes start. So there isn't going to be anyone that starts late. And then at that point, anyone that wants to sign up should sign up for the spring. And so we'll keep spring open also until the first day of spring classes.
mm-hmm. Are there ways for us not taking classes that are self-studying to ask teachers questions? Yeah, so part of our community that we're building, you'll be able to interact with other students, and also when we launch our new platform, it'll be more open, and some teachers might be available to help you as well. Taking an AP in this fall semester of my school's block schedule, what's the best way to reinforce content during the time leading up to the exam? Any teachers want to answer that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the most important thing for you in the spring, and this is going to be true for anyone taking a fall course in the spring, is just kind of like keeping, brushing up on things when you can. So practicing some essay prompts throughout the spring, reading, rereading some of the different study guides, playing trivia will be a great way to like keep yourself like, connected to the content. So you sort of spend January to April kind of dabbling, right? Like you're not like really hardcore studying or anything, but you're just like kind of keeping yourself reminded. And then once we kind of hit April, then we'll start doing more cram sessions, and then it'll be important for you to go back to the beginning and kind of re-go through each unit and just really make sure you feel comfortable with everything.
Yeah, and doing that little stuff along the way is super important to your long-term study plan too. There's like a lot of brain science that says that learning over time, over a longer period of time, increases your retention rather than just cramming like the week right before the test. So what Amanda said is super important, and it feels like the test is really far away, but it's important to start thinking about and start practicing little things now.
Yeah. Costello asked, if we sign up for a fall course, do we have access to the trivia games in the spring semester? Everybody will have access to the trivia games. They won't be tied to the course itself. So those will be still open. Ideally, there's functionality in the future that allows people to create their own trivia questions and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that, actually.
Another question here is, not that this will happen after signing up for a Fiveable course, you're exactly right here, but what is at stake if you fail an AP exam? So a lot of people have some misconceptions on this, but literally the answer is nothing. You have a lot to gain by passing an AP exam and doing well to be able to get college credit, but there's nothing at stake if you fail. Failing AP exams aren't even taken into account with college admissions. Colleges only care about your AP scores after you register so you can get possible credit. It doesn't matter if you fail an AP exam, it's just an experience. You were able to take this AP exam and you learn the content so you can succeed in the class if you have to take it in college later. You already know what's up. You're going to get a GPA boost from this. There is nothing at stake if you fail an AP exam. It's always better to try and see how you're going to do and learn the content and give yourself the self-discipline of self-studying an AP exam and learning all that content by yourself. Kudos to you. And there's nothing at stake if you fail. You only have something to gain.
We did not tell him to say that. That was a perfect response. But yeah, I mean, and to play off of that, I think colleges like seeing that you've taken a chance, and so like getting a 1 is by no means the end of the world. It just doesn't even matter, right? Like if you get a 1, that just means that you don't have credit, but it means that you tried, and that looks better than not having tried at all.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Will there be discount codes for the spring sessions? I'm unsure if I want to sign up now. We have discount codes going on right now, so we'd recommend just buying it sooner than later. Also, another note about the spring is that, you guys know how the spring goes. There's hundreds of thousands of people swarming to get into Fiveable, right? Classes do have a ceiling, so if that ceiling is hit, you might be out of luck. So make sure that you get in before that potentially happens, because we want you all there.
Yeah, having 5,000 students in a course, would be a little crazy.
Just a little bit. Has the Fiveable team considered bringing the Fiveable app back? Javier said, as you might have been aware, we're changing and growing so much that the app just wasn't able to keep up with all the changes that we're making. But once we solidify our product roadmap, we hope to kind of release that down the road. I can't give a date yet, but we're constantly thinking about it.
But the one thing too is that everything that we do is mobile friendly, and you can create like a progressive mobile app, so you can like save it, bookmark it to your home screen. So even though we don't have a native mobile app, like right now, it still works on your phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can we register for spring classes now? How many hours a week should we block off for Fiveable classes? Yeah, you can register for spring classes now. It's highly recommended, actually. But in terms of how many hours, you'll be given things to read and practice and write. But ideally, 1 to 2 hours when you can, a few times a week would be ideal. I don't know if you have anything to add, Amanda, but.
No, yeah. I mean, nothing is really mandatory. So we aren't doing grades and things. So the courses are what you make it. And we want to create these like different standards for you to strive towards. But, there's going to be some weeks where you like totally get the content. You don't need to spend several hours to figure it out. There's other weeks where you're going to feel like I need to spend more time in the streams or watching some replays. Like I really want to make sure I understand this. And so it really is what you make it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Should I relook at the material I get access to in the course if I take it in the fall? Jada, you should definitely relook at the material. It is designed to help you prepare for the test. So, the more you review it and the more you look at all the resources that we give you, the better off you'll be. Let's see. What are some ways that we can get more involved with Fiveable? Be active, but also that will be, we'll go into that more in depth tomorrow night at the community session. Let's see. Amanda or Harrison, you guys want to take this next one from George?
Yeah. So, it's really interesting. Like I taught AP World and Human Geo in a class that was a full year course. And as I was thinking about just myself, like what would I do if I were teaching remotely right now? And I went back and I looked at some of my like lesson plans and unit plans, and I was just like, some of these days were completely wasted. Like I do not need to recreate this online. This doesn't do anything. And so when that idea of like, I hear that all the fluff is taken out of the Fiveable courses, that's like exactly what it is, right? Because we've got 15 weeks. We're going to focus on the most important things, and there's no busy work. There's no like worksheets to fill out just to fill out. Like that's a complete waste of time. You'll have your own roadmap of the different pieces of content that you need to know. And then we give you a bunch of different ways that you can learn them, right? Like study guides, videos, different ways that you can piece together. And then we do a bunch of we'll have like an assignment, some sort of like project throughout the week. And we really want you to collaborate, to work with other students. But you know, there's just no, yeah, like Kate said, like nobody got time to work on some busy work. Like we don't want you like checking boxes just to check them. We want you learning things that you feel like I need to actually learn this. You know, we want you feeling connected to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you'll have your community of classmates and other Fiveable students and potentially hundreds of thousands of other students from around the world, that you can practice with in your own ways. You can set up your own games and competitions and all that to kind of practice beyond what we're offering you in the course and the website. Let's see, the spring season is also 15 weeks. So from January 4th to April 16th, I believe. The current cap for the fall courses is, it's 500.
They're all open.
But yeah, they're still all open. Feel free, Harrison.
Hi, Javier. So about SAT help, also nothing is off topic right now. We're just talking about Fiveable in general tonight. Could you elaborate further on how the SAT will work, and will it only be one stream? Can you give us any study guides or videos that will help us? So if you head over to the link that I'll type in the chat, it's going to take me a second, the Fiveable SAT subject page, we're actually adding more resources every day. So basically we've already added our math study guide, and we have study guides for every section that are about 16-minute reads each. So that's like not short. It's not just like one blog post that you'll find on College Prep Scholar when you Googled it. No shade to them, but also, yeah, use Fiveable. We're planning, like Kate said in the chat, to host more SAT streams next week. We have 2 math and then 1 verbal planned right now. And if those are super popular, we'll definitely have a lot more. Also, Kate said again, we have the Almost Fun. That's who we're partnering with to offer these streams right now. And they have an awesome app where you can do practice questions like I actually use and have on my phone right now. And it sends me a reminder every 8 a.m. It's annoying, but it gets me to do it. They have actually fun practice questions you can use, and it's not just boring things. Like I just pulled up the app. The first thing that came up for reading was an excerpt from the Hunger Games Mockingjay book to answer questions about that. Like it's not a boring Khan Academy type thing. You'll actually have fun practice if you use that app, and it's linked at the top right on the stream pages, and Thomasina put all those links in the chat.
Yep. Yeah, that was a pretty good recap, Harrison. The SAT streams are $5 each, by the way. And there will be 3 of them. The first one is the SAT Math Basic. The second is the SAT Math Advanced. And the SAT Reading and Writing. So the basic math session will be 90 minutes. The advanced math will be 60 minutes, and the reading and writing will also be another 90 minutes. So that's, that's a lot of minutes for $15 all together. But, figure out, your areas of weakness and which ones would help you out the best. And like Harrison said, check out the study guides. If, attending those streams is, if you're not interested in attending the streams. I will also be posting a video recap of the Almost Fun stream Instagram live takeover that we did this weekend. So you'll be able to meet Lisa and kind of like get a vibe of what they do and how they can help you prepare for the SAT. She is awesome.
Yeah, I'm like thinking back to like my high school days. I'm like, I didn't even study for the SAT. I just kind of showed up. And like now I'm just like, whoops. If I had something like that, I definitely would have studied more.
And Nishka, I saw you raise your hand. Do you have a question?
You can type it in the chat. I don't know if she can.
Yeah. Or you can type it in the chat as well. Or if your hand was up by accident, it's fine. We're running up on our time, but I guess any final words for our students here, Amanda?
Yeah, I mean, we're just like super stoked, like we don't want APs and our courses to feel stressful or anything like that. Like a lot of times these things do. And so for us, this fall is really about spending time together and getting to know each other and like collaborating on some really cool different projects as you learn the content. You know, like it's not just about chugging through some memorization and, you know, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be really different. It's going to feel like a glimpse into honestly what remote learning should feel like. And so we're kind of excited to sort of pilot this way of doing things because this is definitely the semester of experiments. Yeah, Tom just put a question in the chat of, on a scale of 1 to 5, how are you feeling about this school year? You know, if you started school, like kind of where you're at, are you feeling really stressed out or is it going okay? You know, honestly, that's not bad. 3s across the board on average. Awesome. All right, so we'll leave it at that. We're around in Slack. I'm around. Feel free to DM me or to post questions. There's lots of other students there to help you out. You know, find your people, find your tribe, find people that like the same things as you and that you feel like you have a lot in common with. You can start new channels. You can join new channels. And you can always hit up any of us if you are looking for some help or you have any ideas or feedback or anything like that. Tell your friends. Tell your friends to come too. Everybody's invited.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. The biggest part is bring your friends, right? Because if you like the experience at Fiveable, chances are they will too. And, you know, this is a very difficult time for a lot of people. So, you know, we need that connection to each other. So make sure you spread the word about Fiveable, invite your friends to the Slack. The bigger we grow, the more that we can do and, you know, the more people that we can reach. So students can join the Slack, yes. And the Slack will be, you know, we'll be running the Slack until we're able to move everything onto the new Fiveable platform. So if you stop by the community tomorrow, we'll give you a sneak peek of what that will look like and what a community will actually look like on Fiveable and all that stuff. So I'll just share my screen really quick for the schedule for orientation real quick. I won't take too long on it, but so day 1, this is the kickoff. Day 2 is the Fiveable community. We'll be joined by our lead engineer, Aaron Levin, not Levin, like Kate Levin. We'll be going over the community, how to build your own community, how to join Slack, how to use Slack, all that stuff. You know, and then we'll let you see what the new platform will look like that we designed with almost 800 students this summer. On Sunday, our head of instruction, Kate Levin, you know, we'll be talking about Fiveable courses. So, you know, that's another chance to talk about anything course related. If you're nervous or worried about anything, that's a good time to ask those questions. Monday, there's 2 sessions. One is for international students in the morning, and the second is the last minute Q&A. So just like any final things that you want to ask Team Fiveable, we're here to help and answer those questions so you guys don't feel stressed going into the new school year. And if you've already started, then good luck. But yeah, you'll be able to. You should have gotten an email with all these links. So that is all. All right, guys.
Here, if you're not yet in the Slack, just last thing, this is the link for, almost the link. 1 sec. This is the link for the community agreement. And so if you just sign that, then we'll add you in. It's just a couple agree or disagree statements that hopefully are agreeable. They're pretty generic.
Yeah, it's mainly to help us, like, you know, set the tone and vibe that we want to build, right? We can only do that with you guys. So thank you, everyone. We super appreciate your presence here. And we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks, Harrison, all the students.